Hey everybody, just wanted to share a quick little hack on how to make some more room in your Typhon Grom. If you're watching this, you're probably trying to do a brushless upgrade and seeing how tight it is under the body on these things. I took out the ESC tray completely, mounted the ESC directly to the servo, and I was still having an issue. I ground down the outside fins of the heatsink here. I took the fan off. I was still having an issue. The body was hitting here on the fan and here on the ESC. And there's not really anywhere else to do to put this stuff. I got my receiver over here. I made a little tray out of acrylic to set that on so it doesn't wiggle around with the Velcro strap underneath. But I was looking at things and I realized there's a pretty simple solution. On the underside of the body, if we remove the body clips here, there's no way to move this point on the body. I think it may be possible to remove this front body post and put a washer or a shim underneath this body post to raise this front body post just a little bit. But ideally, you'd like to raise the whole shell just a little bit, just to give you that tiny little bit of extra height that we need. And you make a big mess like that, you'll see these upper clips, they protrude through the body and go into a corresponding hole where they sink in on this other clip. Usually fits snug against the body. What I did is I got some M5 flat washers and just simply stacked them on these posts. And then put that back on. Always want to do your final torque by hand. When you do two washers, you still have plenty of thread engagement, and the washers are helping spread the load out across the body there. You see it's very solid still. On the front, there's kind of a unique shape that it is formed into. Let me show you. So these clips have that unique little teardrop shape. So they sit nice and flush onto the body. But the underside of the body carries that teardrop shape as well as this front clip. And so if you just stack a bunch of washers on the front, it's not going to sit nicely into that little recess. So you could either open this up with a Dremel a little bit if you wanted to make this spot where it's going to sit on the washers flat. I opted to just do one washer on each side instead of two washers on each side. That seemed to be a happy medium. The best solution would be like a little 3D printed piece to just carry that shape over in a taller shim. But with one washer on each side on the front and two washers on each post in the back, still very solid to the body, kind of fits in there nice and snug. And now this fits without rubbing. Normally the battery wire would be pulled over to the side with the battery installed. There we go, it just snaps right in, which it would not do that before. I had to kind of lean on it to push it. You can see it's raised up. Normally this line was flat and flush there. On the back you've got a very slight air gap, but you can see now I can rock it to either side, which means I've got clearance on both sides, which I did not have before. That's it. Now you got probably a little bit better air intake in the front and air exhaust coming out the rear. You might have slightly better cooling with this. It will definitely get dirtier inside because you're getting more airflow through it. Trade-off's worth it in my case. I need the extra cooling. Hope this helps.